What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? This is I, James, RedoptionAgency.com, 23 years selling full-time on eBay, and just doing a little quick Saturday update video for you. Getting ready to see what numbers I did yesterday, being I changed things up early in the morning, Saturday morning, or Friday morning, sorry, about 3 a.m. or whatever. So, if you don't know, I decided since all the eBay issues, I wasn't getting the volume of sales that I was, say, in fourth quarter, and just it seems like there's different changes on the site every day, and it's just causing a lot of chaos again. I decided to cut off all my sales. I decided to raise my promotion percentage back up from 9 to 13. One, because I got better results. Two, you're playing the eBay game, so maybe it'll make things a little bit better. And if I take off the sales, then I'm going to be making more money per item. So I won't be selling the volume game because eBay's not allowing that right now. When I have a day where I only sold was 17 items, at my low volume game prices, it just wasn't feasible to keep that up. I did it all throughout January. I might barely hit $20,000 for January. And when you cut that in half at the 50% off costs, that's only $10,000. So just wasn't happy with that number. I want to be over 20,000 every month. So I had to change things up. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. I had to do something, or I was just going to start going backwards. And with 60,000 items, there's no reason I should be going backwards. So just tired of the eBay game, trying to do my model with their issues just ain't working right now. Now, that's not to say that I don't turn it back on midsummer because eBay's performing better. But as of right now, I can't play that game on eBay because it's too unstable of a website. So for the first day of having no sales on, bump my percentages back up. For the big store, not counting the international sites, $546. That is right in line with my biggest days when I was doing the volume game in January. The only other day that was really any significant higher was a couple 669 and 605. So then all the other higher days were in the 500s. So I matched that on day one. Starting off a little slow today. It is Saturday, though. We're at 11 a.m. I'm only at $56 here. But that is not counting the international. So let me pull up the international. I got to try to remember what day I started this so I can kind of look at it week by week. And I guess it'll play into my weekly thing since I did it on a Friday. So that'll be actually perfect when I do my Friday updates, because it'll be a Friday through a Thursday numbers. So with the international websites, $572. And from the previous day, that was up almost 60%. So there you go. Even the quantity sold was 40 items. So up 2.6%. So even though I took off the sales, I jacked up my percentage because I took off the sales. So technically, in the long run, I should be making more money. So still sold 40 items that day. So that there is awesome. Hopefully, we can keep repeating that. But like I said, today's already started off a little bit slower. So I'm not sure how Saturday's going to play out. We will find out. But the average price per item, $14.30. That's up 55%. So you can see that the changes I made, it reflects in the numbers. Now my only thing is, will it reflect that day after day after day after day after day? Will it be a continual model that's going to work? So again, not going to think about it. I made the decision to do it. I'm going to trust the process. They always say you trust the process when you make a decision, and you see how it plays out. So my goal today is just get back on listing in this new frame of mind. Where I was listing before, we'll get to the other store also, so we'll add them together. Let me get the calculator out. 572.05. So the way I used to think is when I listed items, I listed them a little evaluated, a little inflated because I knew my 30% sale was going to kick on. Now that I'm not doing the sale, I'm not thinking that way. That could be a bonus when I do run a sale. So if I decide to say, hey, it's a weekend, I'm going to run a 10% off sale just for the weekend instead of running a sale all year long, maybe that'll be a benefit. That being said, I went ahead and knocked my hats down from $14.99 to $12.99 along with the t-shirts. So I knocked them down at a more reasonable buy it now price, if you will, on some of them. Let me go and show you what actually did sell yesterday as part of this. So again, it's not going to be as much, even though it's 40 items, it's pretty good with the eBay not working properly. Yesterday, it was working right. Overnight, there was, but see, that's the thing. When I got up at 3 o'clock, I still had stuff selling at that time. So there wasn't a shutdown Thursday night into Friday. I had sales after 2 a.m. in the early morning hours on eBay on Friday morning while I was up doing these changes. Whereas last night, a shutdown again, a huge shutdown, a huge 12. It was 12 hours with one offer came through and no sales. So, but let's see, this is today. This one just sold, this $22 CD here. So did that number just jump up then from 56? I got that in my thing. So yeah, we're at $85 right now. So on the big site. And I'm not going to concentrate throughout the day going, oh, why hasn't anything sold within this hour? Because I got to remind myself I'm not doing the volume game. So when an item sells, it's going to be a $20 bill, possibly. So I got to think like that. This person just came in and bought 2 of these, and they didn't do the buy 2, get 2 free. They just wanted these 2, and they paid the $12 for them. So again, one of the things I changed was all my $3.99 volume items. I bumped them up to $5.99. You can still get a good deal if you do the buy 2, get 2. It's still competitive with a lot of the larger sellers out there. The only problem is it doesn't get the placement or the ID that it does because it's not the lowest coming up as the lowest when people search for lowest item. You got to go a little bit ways down before you see it. And you got to know that I'm only charging one shipping price no matter how many items you order. And that's real hard to convey to potential customers. I did go ahead yesterday also, and in both stores created the signs here. So I got media items, US shipping, one price, unlimited items mailed in the same package. So again, it's hard for consumers to really see your stores these days because eBay wants you to promote your store. So you don't have as much store traffic as you used to back in the day on eBay. So how many people will actually see this? That's the question. It's real hard to get that message out. If I could get that message out in a more clear way, then I would have more of a fighting chance with the huge media sellers out there. But unfortunately, I have not found that way yet to really convey that message. I could put it in the description of each one, but what if I change eventually in the future? Then I'd have to figure out a way to delete those, and that would be a pain in the butt. So I never want to add anything to the description that may change in the future. I've changed so many different things in the past that I used to put all that stuff in the description. I would put shipping price is, and this is before eBay really had a way, their own system of the shipping stuff, shipping policies. I used to put in the description, there we go. I used to put in the description, shipping price is US, blah, 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 each additional, blah, 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 international, blah, blah, blah. But then when I had to raise prices because shipping changed, then it kind of counteracted all that stuff. And it was a pain to go through and eliminate that or change it. So I'm not for putting anything into the description that could eventually be changed. So I don't want to go there. But as you can see here, $6 cassette that would have been probably $3 before, $3.99 before. 1139 CD, 643, $5.99 again, $5.99 again. So I am selling those $5.99 items that were at $3.99. I'm just not selling them in volume, and I'm not selling those dirt cheap ones that would only sell at that price. So now I'm still hopeful that I'll still get some good buy two get two free, but I've only had, I believe, one of those sales since I've started this, and that was on video, on Friday's video. So, but $10 CD, $10 CD, $7. Here's another $5.99 up. Took an offer on that one. Took an offer on that one. $5.99, $5.99. So you can see the $5.99s are still coming through. So that's good. I'm still hoping to pull a lot of weight with those $5.99s, but we'll see. This bag I took an offer on Resident Evil for the GameCube, disc 2 only for the game. They sent an offer for $50, and I accepted it. Now, before, that was on sale for $45. So I took off my sales, and I got $5 more out of it. So that it worked positively in that case. So that's good to see. $9 there. Here's another item that was on sale for 30% off and sold not on sale. So, my stuff can sell not on sale. I'm not playing that volume cheap game price. It's just not going to sell as much. But that being said, I did better numbers yesterday overall when it comes to how much money's going in my pocket. So that's what's going to matter at the end of the day, at the end of the month, is how much money can I put back into my pocket with all these new bills that have popped up with Pee-wee and what have you. So that is the name of the goal. Not making this change, it would not only not put money in my pocket to help out Pee-wee, but it would start pushing me backwards, and I'm not going backwards with 60,000 items. That being said about Pee-wee, I did make an appointment at the new neurological hospital. So I got a date set up for February 5th for him as like a consult to get introduced to the new doctor, because there's only going to be one neurological doctor involved, not a strain of incoming and outgoing doctors as per the hospitals I have to take them to for emergencies. And she said, the receptionist said, if there's an emergency before February 5th, because I told her we're in the danger zone of his seizures, so if the new meds add-ons don't help, she said give them a call and we'll get you in sooner. And then they do have a 24-hour, they have a limited 24-hour around-the-clock care, but would it be able to entail what he needs for his seizures? That I would think so, but that's the question, because all you had to do is hook him up to the IV of starts with an M, a seizure med that they pump into his system to get the seizures to stop. But that's the Pee-wee news for the day. And Courtney doing good. You probably can't see her behind me, but here again, a DVD that was $3.99 sold for $5.99. So I'm still going to put this stuff up here too, a cassette and another CD that was $3.99 sold for $5.99 again here. So the stuff does, some of the items will sell at $5.99, even though I had them at $3.99 in the volume game. So I'm still going to put this stuff up because, like I said, I could go back to the volume game once eBay is working properly. But will I want to? That's another question too. Will I just say screw it and keep it here, especially if it's feeding me well, right? So Ozzie Smith ball, again, another item that was on sale for 30%. Another $5.99 that was. And then this was the only buy two, get two order that came through so far. And I'm wondering if the one that just happened was that, because it came in and it looked like it said $2.98. I don't want to go into the... So why did this sell? Let me see what it actually sold. $269 plus $4.99. So how did that one go at $269 unless it was an offer that was sent out? It must have been an offer that was sent out prior to changing the price, so that when it was $3.99. So that's probably what that was. All right. So that's with this store. We'll go over to the clothing store. So we're at $93 now here at 11 a.m. We're a little after 11. So, like I said, running a little slow, but I've got to expect that with not doing the volume game. So, got to be prepared for that. Got to just ignore it, if you will. Got to ignore the sales for the day. And over here, I'm at $14. So I'm a little over $100 at 11 a.m. So, so the sales here yesterday were $239.22 plus 239.22 equals, so $811 yesterday, which is, I haven't touched 800 in freaking over 2 weeks with both stores. So that's definitely a plus. So over here, 239.22, up 37% from the day before. Selling costs are not going to be accurate during the weekend because some items carry over because they're not shipped on Friday, they're shipped on Sunday. 12 items sold, that's up 20%. So even sold more items over here than the day before. Average sale price per item, $20, up 14%. So I'm listing clothes right now, so that's in this store. I haven't moved anything else over into this store yet since I moved the toys. Just because now that I made that change, I want to let it settle first. And I've only sold one toy, I believe, since I moved them over here. That was a little pony. So a lot of my toys depended on buy two, get two. And over here, everything's buy two, get one. So I kind of want to let it settle and see what happens over here. Because then I might narrow down the coupons and put buy two, get two on the toys as opposed to buy two, get two on the t-shirts and the tops and the hats over here. So we got $12.99 hat. Like I said, I moved my $14.99 hats down to $12.99 along with the t-shirts. So we got two right there that sold straight out. $18 for the sweater, which was coming in at 30% off because I had 30% off in this store also. So took that away. So I get more for the hats, more for the clothing. They sent an offer for this one at $15 this morning. Again, hats, t-shirts, North Face jacket. And then before I lowered the hats down to $12.99, we had these two here. But I think there was offers on those, right? If I remember correctly. Maybe not. I don't remember. But so I just got to not pay too close attention to how often things are selling, because everything's selling at a higher, basically 30% increase, if you will. So I'll collect the money a little bit faster than I would with everything on sale playing the volume game. So can't worry or stress about that. Can't think about it, period, till the end of the day and look at it and go, oh, which lately I've been looking the next day. So when I start writing stuff down, since I'm keeping everything in front of me, I go back to previous day numbers and look at everything and write it all down. And I did notice eBay last weekend, I believe, they started on the weekends not sending money to the bank. So that's a new thing they're doing. If you want to do it, you got to pay for their quick ship or quick transfer. I'm like, oh, come on. So they're holding money now on weekends as a new change, new update, which kind of sucks because I like having my money available to me as soon as possible because I got bills to pay. Yeah. So especially with January numbers being so tight, I will be, well, now that I changed this before, within the last week of January, I still should come out hopefully ahead, depending on if it keeps running straight through like it did yesterday. I got a feeling today is not going to be as great as yesterday unless there's something going on with the checkout and things are being suppressed a little bit or something. Not sure. But I may not be able to see those kind of issues as often either. Like when I'm doing the volume game, I know how my store should react. So I'm able to see problems and issues and trends a little bit better than I will probably now. So I'm gonna have to remove myself from that thought of thinking too, and just worry about the problems I actually physically see in front of me. With pages, something doesn't load, not working properly, et cetera, et cetera. So, all right, so that's what happened the first day, $811.27. So, biggity bam. So, let's hope that will continue and keep things going up for the month. We were like negative 21% prior to yesterday, so now we're only down 19. And over here, we were actually down 2 or 3%, so we're up 0.5 after yesterday's change. So everything's showing positive right now. Let's just hope that it keeps going that way. So, all right, thanks everybody for hanging out, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.